some of the things that God is allowing you to gather, you will not finish. Some of the things you start, you will not end. Some of the things that you begin, you will not complete, but you will begin it and the next generation will complete it because you started something. If you start something, it's going to pass to the next generation. May not look like it right now. They may be wild right now. Solomon was wild a long time and a lot of the time, but ultimately what God puts in you will eventually come out. In my text, it talks about the completion of Solomon's temple. It was utterly amazing to complete the temple. The temple symbolized the presence of God. The glory was so amazing. It was so opulent. It in no way compared to any temple they had ever had before. They had never seen anything like Solomon's temple. It was palatial. It was mighty. It was great. I want you to build something bigger than you. I want you to build something bigger than yourself, bigger than your resources, bigger than your finances, bigger than your neighbors, bigger than your thoughts, bigger than your idea. Now unto him that's able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we may ask or think. When God gives you something, don't be scared because it's big. Don't be scared to be the first. Don't be scared to go against the grain, because the Bible is full of men who were the first to build what they built. Nobody had built an ark until Noah did it. Oh, y'all don't hear what I'm saying. Nobody had built a tabernacle until Moses built it. Nobody had melted down gold and made an altar until the artisans did it. And nobody had built a temple like Solomon until Solomon did. God will put you in a class all by yourself. The problem with you is you've been praying to fit in. You ought to be praying to stand out. You've been praying to be accepted. You ought to be praying to be rejected, because the stone that the builders reject. Whenever you're rejected, let me talk to some rejected people. Whenever you're rejected, it's a sign you've been selected. Whenever they shut doors on you, it's a sign God is getting ready to open up a door for you. Whenever men turn up their nose and revile you, it's a sign that you're accepted in the beloved. When they cast you out, God will take you in. David said, when my mother and father forsake me, the Lord will take me up. There's something about standing out, not fitting in. Not being one with the pack, not being one with the herd, not hanging out with the fellas, not being one of the boys. You ought to be willing to stand out sometime. The problem today is everybody wants to fit in. See me, like me, follow me, befriend me, me. No, stand out. God is putting you in a situation where you're going to stand out. He shut down the country. He shut down the world so that you could get used to standing out. Being by yourself, being in isolation, thinking your own thoughts, not needing everybody's validation to know who you are, know what you got. Get your vision together, get your plan straight. God's giving you some time off for you to get your strategy together, because out of the mind of Solomon comes the temple of Solomon. You can't build it if you can't think it. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. If you can get it in your head, you can get it in your life.